one heck of an event. It is time. It is Miramar for our first map here at PNC 2023. The plane is in the air. The players are ready. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get this started. All right. Stage grooving.
We're dancing, man. That's that good music. I'm vibing.
I love it, man. All right, here we go. Now, there may or may not be some hot drops. I've heard conflicting things even coming up to the last minute of today. So we're going to keep our eyes out for that as best as we can. Now, this plane path isn't doing anybody any favors.
No, very far to the north. So, we might actually get treated to one of those hot drops. We're more likely to here than elsewhere, and we'll see exactly how that shakes up because we have had tournaments in the past here in Korea where, these hot drops, they start to become the focal point for these teams. But I feel like in a lobby such as this one, if you really want to come home as the champion, if you start hot dropping the same location as a rival team and it doesn't go your way, that's a game plan you might have to abandon coming into day 2 and day 3.
Exactly, yeah, and we'll see. We'll see exactly how this one shakes out. Now, because of this plane path, we might see some what you and I call fever drops, where it's unintentionally hot. You didn't mean for it to be hot, but it is just because the plane path was so bad, and you're fighting over like vehicle spawns and those kind of things. So that's kind of what the observers are showing us here with Turkey potentially contesting Vietnam for a little bit of vehicle action, or maybe even just this whole area around Pantera.
Seems like they're moving around a little bit here. We are going to have an early skirmish unless Vietnam finds their way into that vehicle, but I think outnumbering right now and actually picking up an ace with a headshot. The opening shot is fired here by Aisaki, and what a start for Vietnam.
He took a moment to enjoy that.
Yeah.
He stopped and just, I guarantee he was popping off and high-fiving. Now, he isn't going to get the kill. Of course, you can carry people, put them in the vehicles now. In case you guys don't know, there's a lot of mechanics that, maybe if you're just kind of tuning into PUBG esports for the first time in a while, that are a bit different. But you can take knock players and put them into vehicles now. So that is going to be, yes, a knock on a Code Marco, but Turkey looking to drag him into a safe location and get the res.
And talking about the circle really quick, Paper Thin, it is all the way to the northeast, even bordering the northern edge of the map. So kind of a wild one to start things out, although it did follow the plane path quite well. None of these teams are particularly going to be thrown off by this. You see DraftKings with some nice shots here on the Mini 14, able to connect with a body shot there for 26 damage, but not much more than that.
Yeah, so, even though there was a little bit of spice, a little bit of nice for Vietnam to start, Argentina kind of keeping them pinned down in this Pantera area. So right now, Turkey and Vietnam continuing to spice it up, and I don't think anybody should be too surprised with two squads that are confident in their individual fragging power to be wanting to square off like this early. But I should also mention another thing, right? We're on to the new Miramar, a map that's only been out for a couple months, I think. And I don't know, I'm going to be honest with you guys, my circle theory is going to be kind of not available because I'm not exactly sure what the heat maps are looking like for this just yet, as we haven't, gotten really a lot of time to play it. This is the first time we're playing it in esports in a official event, so it's going to just kind of be a wait and see, and it's going to be interesting to see. Oh, Laza, though, is going to get a little revenge with a knock on a Chloris. Of course, we should mention the Dust Storm in play as well.
Yeah, that was a running headshot right there with the Car 98K. What a fantastic shot here by Laza, man. Yeah, with a 2x. I mean, from that angle, how do you make that happen? You were not kidding about these teams absolutely being ready to frag it out right there.
Laza, man after my own heart. Sensing that there might be a player coming close, maybe some information fed over. Himas lurking somewhat close, but Laza gonna opt to use a grenade, just kind of keep it at bay. Keenan and Canada on the rotation now, looking to try to get as center as they can. Now, they got Denmark in a 2-2 split. Ahead of them around Cruz de Valle. But right now, teams just kind of finding their position. Japan in a nice spot early, right? Pretty much dead center.
Yeah, nice early compound here at the top of this hill. And actually, oh no, Keenan's rolling up on this. He was not aware that the full Japanese squad is waiting with open arms, but luckily able to find and use that territory to his advantage. Gets out of sight and far enough away. Imhawk gonna try and get some final bullets on him, but luckily for the Canadian, he's able to skirt away with a full HP bar.
Yep, that was a good piece of driving there from Keenan, kind of keeping himself at an angle that if he was attacked on his way in, he's able to pull off and safely get away. So a good piece of work there, knowing kind of this new area. A little bit in the north has changed, right? I don't want to get too verbose about the changes on this map because there's a lot of little changes, right? A few big ones in terms of city locations and names kind of moving around, but no, Himas should have him dead to rights. Yep, the drag down with the 3x gets the head shots onto the Mad. Now Himas looking to finish the job.
That's a nice nade too, but seems like he was able to get into the cover of the building. Taking a little bit of damage right there. Molly also will not be able to find him, but Himas coming out swinging here as Turkey and Vietnam continue to fight it out.
This is so smart.
Yeah, Chlore's working his way all the way up here onto the top of this building. Picks up a frag grenade, but Code Marco's waiting inside here with a shotty. First shot, not good enough. And that's going to be 2 kills right here for Vietnam.
That's so good there from Vietnam to get into 2 different angles, so it makes it really hard. You have to guess. You have to 50-50 with that shotgun which direction they're going to be coming from with those footsteps. It's a little hard to tell. It's going to be up or down, and that pays dividends for Vietnam.
And Onyx in Heaven now coming in on this compound. There is a split here for Thailand, but running so close to Norins, and he gets the headshot right there onto Heaven, and Onyx is just going to bail, so Korea down 1 man early here at map number 1.
And Heaven just running right into this AK. And Nurin's putting it to good use.
Yeah, that was the perfect angle there for Nurin. Just absolutely lined him up. And Onyx luckily will be able to survive, so it's not a complete disaster here for Korea, but losing one of their hottest players so early in the first match, it's got to feel bad.
Yeah, and so a lot of this area is going to be kind of, it's kind of cool we get to see this circle first time because a lot of this area northwest of Cruz de Valle, north of Cruz de Valle, just all of it has changed because of the removal of Torre Ahumada and those kind of things. So it is going to be really interesting to see how teams kind of mess with this space. All right, we've got an interview, guys. It is going to be Vard from Team UK.
It feels really good to be here in Korea for PNC 2023. I'm really excited to start playing, and yeah, I'm hoping we can win back-to-back. I believe that this PNC this year might be a little bit harder than last year. I think a lot of the rosters are like core rosters from, they have like 3 players from like their actual teams, like Danawa and Germany have 3 active players from their main team. So I think the competition should be a lot harder this time. I'm just excited to play.
Good to hear from the UK player there. He's absolutely right, where the competition feels so fierce here on this weekend. And the fact that these teams are able to synergize, like he said, with Germany and with Danawa coming in for Korea with 3 players on that roster and rounding it out with an absolute powerhouse in Heaven. It's going to be tough for UK to repeat, but they certainly have the potential to do it.
Yeah, fully agree. And Luke 12 from Australia, just kind of flirting with Chinese territory there, but didn't opt to drive in. Kind of realized that that was not going to be a safe spot to go. And again, going back to some of the map changes, north of Cruz de Valle is going to be very, very different. Again, a lot of buildings have been removed from up there. Campo Militar has changed positions. There's a few compounds that have shifted around. There's a few really powerful compounds up there that are very defendable because of some flat terrain around them, as you saw with that Thailand compound, not too bad. The one that Korea is in, also very, very strong right now. On the other side of the map here, we've got India coming in late.
Nice shot of the sandstorm here, too. Looks like something from a Mad Max film. Rolling in is the Indian squad on the northwestern side. Of course, we'll take a little bit of damage here from that sandstorm. And they might find themselves in the waiting arms of Brazil, who are also making a rotation to the north side, exactly where India is going, unbeknownst to the Indian squad.
Yeah, there's a couple teams cutting ahead of them. Let's see exactly how India is going to handle this. Now, the sandstorm on Miramar is kind of annoying, in particular because it cuts out your map vision, your mini map. You have to open the big map to see the map. It isn't like the storm on Vikendi. You can actually see the mini map, I believe, unless they changed it. But the sandstorm is really kind of tough to drive through because you can't even use your mini map to like trying to follow the road or something. Yeah,
it's hard to navigate in a situation like that one. And when you're coming in late from the circle like that, you really want to be able to have eyes in front of you and know the vicinity of the area that you're in to the best of your ability so you don't get jumped. But luckily for India, they are able to work their way in. And now looking here at the United States, they're happily sitting in the northeast.
Exactly. There's nothing wrong with the United States' position right now. Again, Circle 1, so hard to say exactly what this is going to do. Again, I can speculate on where the circle will likely move away from, what the quote-unquote unplayable terrain is, you know, the land ratio terrain, if you will. But you know what? I'm not going to get too into that today. I feel like it's more important to just kind of enjoy these circles, because I tell you what, if BGS2, the circles were spicy as heck, and I'm hoping, just personally, that maybe we can get some of that. Also, I want to say the Sandstorm, not a big deal. It just kind of goes by pretty fast. It does a little bit of damage. It tickles, costs like an energy drink. That's a toll you have to pay to go through the Sandstorm.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. That's a really hard shift there to the top left of the map, all the way to the northeast. So USA can be really happy with this one, as well as Germany and Brazil, who kind of have, it's a circle, so there aren't corners, but it does feel like they're in corners on a position like this one. They should be able to play with some high ground there, and won't have to make too big of rotations coming in.
Well, this is going to give India an opportunity to kind of gatekeep the western edge of that hill that's in the center of the circle right now. So I'm kind of curious to see if they're going to be able to put those long-range guns to damage. There's kind of some curiosity about how they're going to fare for their first time competing internationally. No Indian team has ever faced off against any of these other PUBG esports teams officially. Of course, there's scrims. I know that Enigma, the team that the India players come from, has competed in scrims across the world. So we know they've got potential. Again, people were telling us, State. We went and talked to the players and stuff. They were high on these Indian players.
So there's a lot of potential here as Canada driving past RIP Team Japan, and that Verado just absolutely gets shut. Oh, wow, Kane! With a Mini 14. Oh, that's Imhack with a Mini 14, excuse me, as Shinobi's going to get taken down by a headshot. It's a really nice angle that Imhack's able to find.
Kane with an SKS. Kane, for my money, the best player in Japan right now. Absolutely just a cracked player, but don't count out the rest of them. Imhak, Run AX, and Pure Boy, superstars in their own right. Shinboy back on his feet, heel through. Now Finna, and I believe there's Adam down there, kind of looking to spread out. Keenan as well, kind of control some territory here.
Kind of a tough position for them, though, especially with Thailand having this high ground. I mean, you can see that Team Canada, they don't really have a lot of terrain to work with. It's quite wide open, and also their vehicle situation, it's not great. One of them blew up. This one doesn't have any tires. So rotating from that spot's going to be really tough for them, but they got to make do with what they have.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they had to stop there. Not much choice. And you're absolutely right. That is not the ideal spot. That was definitely not, I think, what they were aiming for. I think they were looking to maybe get a little bit closer to the mountain, see if they could play something in there, potentially. But Argentina now skirmishing. UK likes to play edge early. That was their kind of MO in PNC last year. But right now they're split 2-2. So one of the hallmarks of UK last year was their team fighting. Let's see if they can maybe cover here. T-Bone, I think, flanking out to kind of try to cover Argentina's flank angles as well.
It's a bit of a precarious position here, looking at the minimap with Argentina having this nice wide spread around the UK players, although the terrain is presenting the UK players with some cover, but hold that thought actually, as Dugjuice just comes right in to the arms of Canada. Adam gets the knock, or Adam gets a kill, excuse me, and Finna able to finish him up.
Yeah, this is not the ideal start for Vietnam. Things look great when they knocked a player out of the air.
Yeah.
But they weren't really able to find a ton. They've got 2 kills. That's nice. But most players will tell you they're looking for 6-7 points in a game to feel like it was an okay game. A good game would be, 7, 8, 9, 10. Any more than that is a good game. Great games, you're looking for the win, or maybe just a 10-kill game in like a second place. But Circle 3 will really heavily impact this. You can see Germany controls a ton of that northern space, but no, we're just going right towards Thailand. But they're pretty split here, State.
Yeah, that's too split. You got to wonder whether they're going to try and just put 4 men on that center squadron. One of the Puchils is manning the fort down on right now, as we actually have Team Turkey running in. Sandstorm right behind him.
This is not fun.
No, they are deep in the blue, man. They're south of Hacienda, in fact.
I think they're just trying to find a vehicle or something. The problem is they're dead center of the map, which means that all these vehicles are going to be picked over. So those rotations got delayed. Seoul, the hometown favorite, getting knocked by Team USA there from afar, going for this crate. And of course, trying to get that flare gun crate picked up is dangerous. In the best of circumstances, teams will absolutely try to punish you.
He's going to try his best to kind of crawl his way through this tunnel of smokes his team has created, and so far so good. Soul not taking too much action. It seems like Shrimsy has a pretty good read on exactly where he's going, but he comes into the arms here of Loki, who's able to lift him up and move him into safety.
My question there is was Soul able to grab anything out of there in time? Are they going to have to make another go at it? Because they're going to have to expend more smokes, it looks like, if they're going to make a try.
That was already a lot of smokes to get him out of there, too.
Exactly. See Denmark now trying to add to their kill count. Everybody just trying to harass rotations. That vehicle is no tires. It's on fire.
Wow.
Zennon's going to get a knock. Beamy gets another. Vietnam in tire strays, and they are done and dusted. An early exit here for Team Vietnam.
Yeah, a rough rotation right there. Just got caught in the crossfire, and Vietnam gets absolutely cleaned up here. Now Thailand looking to get some more blood on the board. Rossetet going to try and find an angle here in Argentina, who is pushing this position with 3 men in the squad. Nades are coming out. Noren's going to try and find the angle right here. Can be a little bit difficult to calculate that on this slope, but that nade was very good, just barely missed him. Actually, H-Win from downtown with a headshot on the mini is going to be able to get the knock, but Clip there able to get the clean.
There were 3 players gunning for that kill.
Yeah.
But somehow Clib's the one to get it. Kickstart just doing a ton of damage out there. Emick on 8 health, trying to do what he can, throwing some frags in desperation to keep players at bay. He's got 5 smokes. He should really be throwing those really soon. It's too late though. He gets knocked, and it's actually Rossetet Jr. coming through and cleaning that one up.
It just feels like everyone in the world has an angle on Argentina right now as MX goes down. Argentina down to one last man, Draft King alone in a shed. A story that I've lived myself many times.
We've all been there. We've all been the Shaq boys. Zennon gonna be knocked by Vex. UK looking to rock and roll. T-Bone trying to clear some angles, but he's got 3 players around them. If he can sneak underneath their noses, this could be devastating for Taipei, but he's spotted and done. Pongsker, the newbie here for Chinese Taipei, doing some serious damage. He's shutting down Honey Badger. He's 1 away from knocking down the defending champions in the UK. Grenades are out here. Pongsker on 13 health. Gonna have to back up and go for the first aid.
Popping that kit. Vex coming in with a nade. We'll see if that connects there with Pongsker, and in fact it does. So Pongsker is gonna go down, but Savior able to get the revenge knock right there, and Chinese Taipei gonna clean him up and eliminate the United Kingdom from map number 1.
What a hold here from Chinese Taipei. Pongsker doing a great job. Tanadol on top of Turkey. Laza, Schofield stuck underneath. If that grenade would have just rolled a little bit farther, it would have been so good. He might have been able to get to do with that. But Tanadol out of frags, gonna have to be backing off.
Yeah, no more frags as this Turkish crew had to work all the way from Hacienda in the blue and almost through a sandstorm to get into this circle. 2 men still standing for them. Here at Deepin, this one is now the Cowboys coming in. Waikikamu Cow from Australia. He's rolling in, Unforgiven from India with a fantastic spray on that 2X, is absolutely able to clean him up. It's Australia bleeding out right now. Tiggleton's gonna try and find an angle. Akeslept was able with the MK14 to get translucent during all of that as India was out for blood. But India getting on the board there with their first kill.
A nice showing there from the superstar from India. The top fragger in their qualifier, Unforgiven. Absolutely a nutty player in his own right. And gotta watch out for this team. Salman as well has been fragging out in the scrims from what we've heard. So India, not a bad start at all. In Canada, it's just been such a tough run here in this first game. Now Nurens and Rossetet Jr. with a crossfire on top of them. Nothing but a broken car to protect them.
Yeah, I mean, that's just an abysmal position. I don't even know how you get the res from this spot. And yeah, that's gonna be Finna going down.
Keenan?
Did he use the nade?
I think he meant to throw a smoke and accidentally threw a frag.
Yeah.
Okay, Brazil trying to play edge here, gatekeeping edge against India. But India should have enough room to hide and kind of stay alive. I don't think anybody from Australia is going to be getting an angle right now as they're under pressure from Brazil as well. So Brazil here keeping their flanks clear, at least for now.
Behind all of that, Ross said was able to get the finish on that kill. So Thailand now up to 6 kills in total. Here as we get a replay of this UK action coming in against Chinese Taipei, and Pongsker absolutely popped off here. Paper thin.
I love the way that he pops the energy drink first. He kind of anticipates what's happening. He has a couple frags, but he doesn't know exactly the angle they're going to be coming from. What an angle. What an angle.
That angle is just phenomenal there. Hey, T-Bone completely unaware that there was a 3rd player for Chinese Taipei hanging out in this building. And that angle is just absolutely devastating. And Pongsker has the skill to be able to convert that into 2 kills for his team.
And you can see why you're going to bring a player like that out here. And then, you know, the last player there, Vex trying to find somewhere to prone to hide, but Leo anticipating it, the savvy veteran.
Yeah, it just feels like Chinese Taipei had great angle after great angle after great angle in that engagement. UK thought they were getting the jump on them, but absolutely not, as the defense from Chinese Taipei was solid.
And I think, you know, you should not be underestimating this Chinese Taipei team. We know what they can do when they are firing on all cylinders. We've seen it in BCS Asia State, where they can pop off on any given day.
Absolutely. So now the circle going to center up here in the top center. As Kino, oh man, I thought he might have actually gotten the kill there, but instead it's going to be Schofield who gets the knock onto Kino. Turkey eventually will get eliminated, however, as Denmark is able to fight back. One player knocked. We'll see if they can get the res.
Japan's going to have to get involved here one way or another, finally coming in, scooping up a kill point at least. Kane now going to let loose. Rossiter Jr. got the knock onto Aches Left. Everybody and their grandma throwing nades at Aches Left, trying to scoop up that point. And Imhak under the purview of the Thailand players. They've already got 7 kills in this one state. They are really doing a great job locking down these center compounds.
Yeah, sandwiching this Chinese team as Aches Left. Show's gonna try and be a hero here and get his friend back up on his feet, but the nades just continue to rain down.
Mortars too. I heard the mortars coming in. Not sure if they were close or not, but I could hear them.
The artillery really just firing here on this Chinese team. And if you could take a Chinese team like this one out this early in map number 1, that's gonna be something that might pay dividends for all these rosters later on in the tournament, as China, with their star-studded lineup, one of the favorites here, and Kane gets a great angle there. Able to find Show through the smoke, goes in down to the Yogg, and then the nade comes in. And China eliminated here with only 2 kills.
Yeah, Kane got the knock on the Show when he had a nade in hand. And that's going to be the finisher there. Great job by Japan to swing out and cover Team China, but they have Brazil now and Thailand ahead of them, but Sparking going to get the opening knock on to Puchills. Might have opened up enough space here that Japan could do something. Imhak just keeping track of Brazil, making sure that they're not going to get super close. And look at the angle that Japan has with that hill. They're going to be able to back Imhak up potentially if Brazil overextends.
Yeah, it's really hard for Imhak to find his way into this circle right now. Sitting in the blue, actually will get knocked by it, as he had a tough path to try and traverse here into this circle. Behind that, Brazil doing some more cleaning there. Toretto goes down from Team India, as things seem to be falling apart. Nice fire right back there. Germany getting a lot of kills, a lot of frags.
And they got involved in this fight with Brazil and India. It looked like India might be wiped out, but Germany here helping them out momentarily, getting the knocks on a Sparky and LSB1. Vinny, Spray just not quite there just yet. Needs to get warmed up a little bit. Haven not able to find a knock, but at least backing them off. Meanwhile, Loki has a knock onto Leo. Pongsker down, and all of Chinese Taipei is gone.
Yeah, with, I mean, circles like this, it's so hard to make these rotations, and especially with teams holding on to compounds such as Germany there on the northwest side of the map. I mean, the angle that they have is just ferocious. There is India tries to thread the needle between not only the Brazilian team to their south, but the German team to their north.
Well, I tell you what, you know, oddly enough, Korea has some room to maneuver if they can get to the hill.
Yeah.
That's the real question. Can they get that far? Is someone going to prevent Thailand and Japan from just bearing down on top of them and just lighting them up trying to cross this open hilly field?
I mean, looking at the Doritos on the map, it seems like Japan might be a little bit more fixated on Thailand than on Team Korea. So if they're able to provide some covering fire there and start to get into a skirmish with Team Thailand, their neighbors, that could give the Korean players the opportunity they need to start moving in. And I love that smoke, just barely finding enough soft cover to close the distance a little bit here. Still about 50 meters outside of the circle. They have to find their way.
The good news is here for Korea, I did see the smoke grenade launcher in the hand of Anonix.
Yeah.
So they should be able to, I think, smoke their way in towards the bottom of that hill. Adam still alive for Canada, the sole survivor for the boys from up north, facing off against Team USA, their Southern North American brethren. No kills yet for America, but tons of damage.
Yeah, a lot of damage, no kills, but still the full 4-man squad up. And should they be able to find Adam out in his hidey hole?
Oh, Pure Boy.
A lot of potential there is Pure Boy with a great spray on a
Kane. what a push-up, but great response from Tandadal to get the knock. He should go down here to Sparking, but Sparking can't quite find just enough damage. Run AX trying to come in here and save Team Japan's life. Knows that there's a player right around the corner. Thailand gone through the combined efforts of Brazil and Japan.
Brazil just utilizing this high ground to the best of their ability now. They know that Denmark is also closing in. They have a hunch. Gonna try and find an angle here. That's Clip going down. LFP1 is able to find him. He does get cleaned up. And wow, what a headshot coming in there on Nikito by Haven with the AUG. Is now Denmark is also feeling the wrath of a Brazilian team that's already racked up 6 kills.
They are rocking and rolling right now. Brazil is feeling it. Vinny spots out one. The grenade is perfect. Didn't even need it. The shots were good as well. Brazil is clearing out the southern side of the circle.
And now the top 4 has been decided. It's going to be Brazil, Germany, USA, and India here in map number 1. Just one lone survivor, Unforgiven here for Team India, all the way down into the southwest as we get a look at what Kickstart sees right now. He's going to try and shell the Brazilian team up on that hill who need to res LFP1 and work their way down into the southeast. But if they get there, people within, they have a lot of terrain to work with.
Exactly. This is, again, the terrain up here is slightly changed, but you can still see that it's Miramar. It's still Miramar. The essence of the map is still there. The hills, the ability to kind of find, you know, the leapfrog. You know, you go from one hill to the next. But let's see if Brazil can get this done. I mean, they've got the winner chicken dinner percent slightly in their favor. Germany, an edge-heavy team with that Ascend squad. You would fully expect them to just be all over that, and it's going to pay off this time as that compound was very much in this circle for a long time. But this is something about India that I noticed in their VOD state is they're really good at salvaging points.
Yeah, I mean, they said in their interview that they're not going to come into this with a singular game plan. They're going to try to adapt to the lobby, adapt to the cards that they've been dealt. So that's Unforgiven for you right now, just trying to hang on for as long as he can, trying that just a couple more points for this team, as those points, at the end of the weekend, they are going to add up.
Exactly. And I love what we're seeing here, and it's Unforgiven as well. So just imagine if he's able to pull out something special, but now he's been spotted by Brexco. The 2x spray looked like it might have been good, but not quite enough, but a ton of frags here. A knock, though, didn't matter. Brexco got the grenade out in time, and India goes out in 4th.
Yeah, Kickstart just a little bit late on that knock. The nade was able to connect. India is out, and now we'll see if these other teams are able to capitalize on Germany being down 1. Man, you see LFP1 and Haven over here coming with a nade. That one was dangerously close to knocking out 2 players in this split here that Germany has got. It's Chris on just a fraction of a hit point. Brexco still needs to be rezzed. And now USA coming in on the lone position here of Micah. He's going to try and find his way into the circle and join arms with his teammates, but a lot of damage coming in. The headshot, Shrimzy able to get the knock there on Mika's Germany. It feels like it's starting to fall apart right now.
What an absolutely nasty spray from Shrimzy. Disgustingly good there to get that knock in time onto Micah. Kowo trying to do what he can here. The coach having to sub in for Team Germany, but there is not much hope. They have to defend this shack at the top of the hill. Kickstart gets caught a little bit flat-footed by Vinny, taken down for the USA, who has their attention completely over towards Germany. Vinny wants to capitalize on that. He's already got 1.
Yeah, he's gotten Kickstart down. Micah falls to Snakers, and wow, Brexco right there with a great spray. Shrimzy continuing to pop up, gets another headshot there. That's Brexco going down. Kowo as well. Germany with just 1 man left up. It is Chris reloading that AUG. He's got to find some way to make this work, but USA is popping off right now.
It's a 3-team snake. Each one is biting at each other's tail in a circle. But right now, it's the USA who's maybe slightly ahead because Brazil has ceded the high ground here to the likes of Germany, and USA has a little bit of cover on the edge, but they have to come in to this new circle. Brazil is going to opt to try to fan out, try to cover USA and the last player from Germany.
Yeah, I like the spread that Brazil's been able to establish here in the center of this next circle as USA and Germany both need to get in. And it might not seem like a lot of distance to cover there on the map, but considering the angles that Germany, Brazil, and USA are at, there's going to be a lot of crossfire coming in. It's going to be a precarious jump from one hill to the next. And here we go, Shrimzy and Snakers, they're getting in the vehicle. It's time to start rolling up, and we'll see if anyone's able to find an angle on them. They're coming right onto the position here of Brazil.
Yeah. Leaving H1 there as an anchor to make sure that their backs are clear. That grenade was so close to getting 2 knocks. H1 able to eliminate Germany. It's Chris going down. Phenomenal work on the backside for Team USA by their tremendous IGL, and now a straight up 3v3 fight.
Straight up 3v3 fight. Both teams with a 2-to-1 split as well. As he's sparking right there in the dead circle, he's gonna try and find an angle to maybe flank Quins or find a top-down side onto Snakers. And Shermzy, as another spray comes in by Vinny, not able to connect with a killing blow there on H-Win.
Didn't matter though, sparking was good with the off angle, able to find the knock. Vinny trying to punish with the frag grenade, seeing if anybody's gonna be trying to go for that res. Snakers caught in a difficult position. Shermzy, can he continue this star-studded run he's had? Oh, Snakers is on fire. He'd gotten health off, didn't matter. Vinny tracking him down, all on to Shermzy for Team USA. 7 kills in the bag. Watching the off angle here, sparking, gonna come in and collect 2. Now come the stun grenade. Shermzy pinned against the bad side of the circle, and it is going to be done and dusted. Team Brazil, a 12-kill chicken dinner to kick off PNC 2023.
Oh man, just meticulous play there in that final circle. They were able to wrap it up, find the perfect angles. It started out with fanning out and finding exactly what they needed to find to take down Team USA, and boy were they able to do it. 12 kills in the bag, 22 points in total, and what a start for this Brazilian squad here at PNC 2023.
And you can see how much this means to them. You know, again, talking to Sparking before this, coming into an international event, a lot of these players haven't had the opportunities to qualify for the PGSs this year. To get here now and come out with a win to start this out, to pick up right where they left off last year in 2022 PNC. It's Brazil squad firing on all cylinders.
Absolutely, man. Top 3 in the last PUBG Nations Cup in 2022. And an explosive beginning here